Why do some people dislike you when you've done nothing to deserve it? I've been sitting with that question a lot lately because I've lived it, and maybe you have too. Not everyone who disagrees with you is jealous. Not everyone who pulls away is threatened. Sometimes people simply aren't your people. But sometimes your joy, your resilience, your healing, the fact that you can still rise after everything you've been through, becomes a mirror someone else isn't ready to look into. I've had people stand beside me in my darkest seasons. They held my hand when I was broken, when I was hurting, when I was barely holding myself together. But when I found my footing again, when I started smiling, creating, and moving forward, they got uncomfortable, and that's confusing. You think, wasn't this what you wanted for me? But the truth is, some people only know how to love you when you're low. Your healing threatens the version of you that they felt safe around. There's a song I love about how people will become jealous of your resilience. Not your success, not your achievements. Your resilience, your ability to regenerate power after everything else has burned down. Your ability to shine even after life tried to swallow you whole. And that hit me hard because I've seen it. I've lived it. I've had people who should have been proud of me become resentful instead. I've had people who claim to support me suddenly pull away when I start thriving. I've had people who celebrate my struggles but couldn't celebrate my success. And I've realized something. My happiness exposes the places that they have chosen not to grow. Comparison hurts. When someone sees in you a quality that they wish they had, peace, courage, hope after hardship, they have a choice. They can let that feeling inspire them, or they can turn it into resentment. Resentment shows up quietly in criticism, in distance, and gossip, in subtle attempts to pull you back down to where they feel comfortable. But here's the truth that changed everything for me. Their reaction belongs to them, not to me. My responsibility is to stay kind, to stay grounded, to stay true to myself. Their responsibility is to ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? Because envy isn't evil. It's a signal, it's a message. It's a mirror saying there's something in you that wants to grow. And we've all felt it, every one of us. The difference is whether we let it poison us or push us forward. So, as always, here's the deeper lesson I've learned. The people who truly love you won't just sit with you in your pain. They'll celebrate your healing. They'll cheer when you rise. They'll clap when you shine. They'll be proud of your resilience instead of threatened by it. And we can choose to be that kind of person for ourselves and for others. For the world we're trying to build, your light is not a problem to solve. And someone else's light is not a threat. There's room for all of us to shine. So let me ask you, have you ever had someone celebrate your struggles, but struggle to celebrate your success? Or have you turned comparison into inspiration instead of resentment? Because that's where real growth begins. Let me know in the comments. This is the Introverted Coach guiding you home. I love you all. Stay golden, stay gentle, stay true, but most importantly, stay you. Just kidding. I still have some things to say. After I recorded this video, I kept thinking about this topic. There's another side of resilience that we don't talk about enough. Sometimes people look at everything you've survived and say, wow, you're so strong. I don't know how you did that. I wish I could be as strong as you. And sometimes that comes from a beautiful place, and people genuinely are inspired. But sometimes I think we need to ask ourselves, why do we separate ourselves from strength like that? Because I'm not strong because I'm some different kind of person. I'm not strong because I never struggled. I'm strong because there were moments when I didn't know how I was going to keep going, and somehow I did. And that's the part people forget. They see the finished version. They see the person standing. They don't always see the person who is scared, exhausted, broken, and trying to figure out how to take one more step forward. So when someone says, I could never do what you did, I understand what they're trying to say. But the truth is, how do you know? How do you know what you yourself are capable of if you've never given yourself a chance to find out? Sometimes we see someone else's resilience and we turn it into something unreachable. We put people on a pedestal. We say, they're strong, they're different, they can handle things. I can't. But strength isn't something only certain people are born with. Strength is something we discover when life asks us to rise. And sometimes I think that's why someone becomes uncomfortable when someone else heals. Because they become familiar with the version of you that was surviving. They knew your pain, they knew your struggles, they knew your story. But then one day, you start changing. You start smiling again. You start creating. You start finding peace. And then suddenly, they don't know how to relate to you anymore. Because some person only know how to love the person that's fighting, but they don't know how to love the person that finally gets to rest. And that's a hard thing to realize. Sometimes people admire your scars, but struggle to accept your transformation. They celebrate what you've overcome, but they don't know how to always celebrate who you're becoming. But your survival was never supposed to be your entire identity. Your trauma is not your personality. Your pain is not the only thing that makes you valuable. Your strength is not just proven by how much you can endure. It's also shown in your ability to create joy after the storm. To trust again, to love again, to dream again, to become someone beyond survival mode. So, if you're someone who survived difficult things, remember this. You do not have to stay the wounded version of yourself just because people learned how to recognize that version. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to become someone who isn't just surviving life, but actually living it. And if you're someone who looks at someone else's resilience and thinks, I wish I had that, maybe instead of putting them above you, ask yourself, what part of me is waiting to be discovered? Because the strength you admire in someone else may be the strength you haven't learned to see in yourself. Your light is not a threat. Your healing is not an inconvenience. And your story is not over. Again, I love you all. Stay golden, stay gentle, stay true. And most importantly, you know what to do. I don't even have to say it anymore. Just stay you.